Hey there, and welcome. Let's talk about leadership. What if I told you that one of the most powerful performance driving skills in the modern playbook is also one of the most misunderstood? Well, today we're diving deep into the strategic power of humility. So let's just tackle the elephant in the room right away. For decades, the conventional wisdom has been that humility is, well, it's kind of passive, right? A bit weak, especially when you get to the C suite. But is that really true? You see, the whole problem really boils down to a massive misunderstanding. We confuse humility with self-deprecation, putting yourself down. But the reality, the version that actually drives results, is something else entirely. It's self-awareness in motion. And that's not weakness, that is a profound sign of strength. Okay, so let's really break this down. In this first section, we're going to redefine what we're actually talking about here. Because if you want to leverage humility, you first have to understand what it truly is and what it isn't. This definition just nails it, right? It's not about thinking less of yourself, it's about thinking of yourself less often. It means, 1, you know your strengths and you own them without being arrogant. 2, you know your limitations and you're not afraid to admit them. And 3, and this is crucial, you genuinely value what others bring to the table without feeling threatened. And here is where it gets really interesting for leaders. See, anyone can have authority. That just comes with the job title on your business card. But influence? That's the real currency. That's earned through trust. Humility is the engine that converts that formal authority into genuine influence that actually inspires people to act. I love this quote. It just perfectly captures the ripple effect. The moment a leader says, "I don't know, teach me," it sends a powerful message to the entire organization. Learning is safe here, curiosity is valued. And poof, you've just unlocked the collective brainpower of your whole team. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds nice, maybe a little fuzzy, but does it actually, work? Well, let's get into the hard data. Because humility isn't just a soft skill, it's a serious performance multiplier. Yeah, we are absolutely moving past feelings and anecdotes now. The effect that humble leadership has on the bottom line is concrete, it's quantifiable, and honestly, it's pretty staggering. Just look at these numbers. They come from a huge meta-analysis of over 16,000 people. We're talking about massive jumps everywhere you look. A 40% increase in employee engagement, 33% better task performance, almost a 40% spike in team creativity. These aren't just little bumps, folks. These are huge leaps. But hold on. Of all these incredible stats, this is the one that really gets me. A 62% increase in trust. Trust is the absolute currency of great leadership. It's the lubricant for everything. It makes decisions faster, execution smoother, and collaboration possible. And humility? It's the fastest way to build it. And that bedrock of trust, it's the fuel for this next number, a 40% jump in engagement. And what does that mean in the real world? It means people are giving their discretionary effort. Your team isn't just clocking in and out. They are leaning in. They are solving problems you don't even know exist, all because they feel seen, valued, and respected. So when you pull back and look at the big picture, the data is just screaming at us. Humility directly fuels innovation. It makes your teams more efficient because there's less conflict. It even helps predict who will step up to mentor others and grow into bigger roles. It is, without a doubt, a strategic linchpin. Okay, so at this point, you're probably sold on the why. The big question now is how? How do you actually build this skill? So let's get practical and look at a blueprint for cultivating humility, not just in yourself, but across your whole organization. Here's the secret. You can't just try to be humble. It's not a switch you flip. You have to build a system around it, a system that reinforces these behaviors. And that happens at 3 connected levels. You as an individual, then your team, and finally, the organization as a whole. So, level 1, it all starts with you, the leader. This is about building personal habits. Things like regular self-reflection, getting comfortable asking for help, and learning to see feedback as a gift, not an attack. Even tiny micro practices like journaling for 5 minutes a day can start to build this muscle. Then you scale it up to your team. This is where it gets really fun. It's about creating an environment where people feel safe enough to share credit and make big decisions together. And one of my favorite tools for this is reverse mentorship. You actually have junior team members teach senior leaders new skills. It totally flattens the hierarchy and makes learning the cool thing to do. I mean, can you just imagine the power of that moment? A leader saying, "Hey, I don't know this. Can you teach me?" As this quote shows, that single act can fundamentally rewire a relationship and build an incredible amount of trust and respect, practically overnight. And finally, the big one. Level 3 is about weaving humility right into the cultural DNA of your company. This means your core systems, how you give feedback, who gets promoted, what you celebrate at the all-hands meeting, all of it has to reward collaboration over ego. It's about building a culture where it's not just okay to learn from mistakes, it's expected. All right, so you do the work. You build the systems at all 3 levels. What's the actual payoff? What's the real ROI here? Well, let's talk about the true return. It's all about amplifying your effectiveness as a leader. And it's not just one thing, that's the beauty of it. It's this awesome combination. You get teams that are more aligned, more engaged, and innovating faster because they feel psychologically safe. All of this combines to create leadership that's not just effective in the short term, but truly sustainable. Look, let's circle back to where we started, because this is the most important thing to remember. Humility is not about giving away your power. It's about channeling that power in a way that multiplies its impact, turning it into a force for collective genius. I'm going to leave you with this idea because I think it's just beautiful. Great leadership isn't about the certainty of having all the answers. It's about fostering the curiosity that helps your team find them. Humility is that quiet space in between where real growth happens. So, as we wrap things up, let's focus on the one core idea you can take with you and start using tomorrow. At the end of the day, the data is overwhelming, and the blueprint is right there. Humility is a strategic choice. So the only real question left is, how will you use it to amplify your own leadership and unlock the incredible potential sitting right there on your team?